YouTube? I'm back again today for another game review. Today I'm very excited to check out Razzle from Parker Brothers. This is for 2 players, ages 8+. Will take about, 15-20 minutes to play. And in Razzle, this is a tug-of-war, quick-thinking spelling game. We're going to have letters in front of you. You and your opponent are both going to have the letters in front of you, and you're racing to figure out who can find a 4-letter word in those letters before the other person, at which point you will either push the letters closer to your opponent, or you will get the letters pushed closer to you. It is a very light, simple spelling game, but is it good? Let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what's going to get inside of Razzle. So first and foremost, we got our handy-dandy rule sheet. It's just a small page, double-sided, black and white, no pictures, no illustrations, and it's really well done. It should have you up and running in no time at all. It's also a very simple game, so I can teach you how to play the game right now. So in Razzle, this is a tug-of-war style game where you are going to be trying to push this little slot all the way to your opponent's side. If you push it over to your side, you gain, bloop, a point. The first person to get to 10 points will win the game. Really simple. I'll show you exactly how it's played. So what you're going to do when you first start the game is you're going to randomly mix up the words, put them in the middle, and then the first person to find a 4-letter word will say it out loud. Pool. So I would say it first, P-O-O-L, then I push it closer to my opponents. And then we'd say, let's see, I'm having a hard time finding one, so what I could do is I can now say challenge. So if you say challenge, what that word says is you're not going to be able to find a word in 10 seconds. So I flip over the sand timer, and boom, my opponent tries to find a word, and tram. They might say tram, and I'd say, they got it right. It's T-R-A-M, which means it goes closer to me. However, if they could not find a word in the 10 seconds, because this is a very quick sand timer, then it would go closer to them. But since they found tram, it would go closer to me. And we do it once again. You're going to continue to do this until someone gets to 10 points. When eventually you do push it against somebody's wall, you gain 10 points, and it goes all the way back. And that pretty much is the whole game. You're going to continue to do this as fast as you can, going back and forth with the tug-of-war until somebody gets to 10 points. Now, if you're playing with younger kids, a modification you can do, and it says this in the rules, is make it so that it's 3-letter words instead of 4-letter words. But that, in a nutshell, is what you're going to do inside of Razzle. Alright then, Razzle from Parker Brothers. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. 2 players, obviously a restricted player count. Also, this game really requires both people to be on about the same, an even playing field when it comes to spelling-wise. Now, you can modify the rules to make it so that one person's going for a 4-letter word and one person's going for a 3-letter word. But here's the problem with that. That is such a gigantic difference. It's kind of ridiculous because finding a 3-letter word is normally always really easy. And finding a 4-letter word can sometimes be more difficult. So I almost feel like that swings the game a little bit too much. There's no good answer for it, unfortunately, if you have uneven skill levels, which is a little bit of a bummer. Also, this is just a spelling game. This is a repetitive spelling game where you're going to do the same thing over and 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 over again. And the game can outstay its welcome a little bit. I'd recommend going to, like, say, 6 or 7 points as opposed to 10 points. But that's really your mileage may vary kind of thing. Any other problems that I have with the game? Not really. It's out of print. It's probably going to be pretty difficult to find. But if you can find it, I don't think it's a bad game. Moving on to the pros, I think it's a perfectly serviceable 2-player game. And if you and another person that you play games with routinely like spelling game, like quick filler weight spelling games, this one might be for you. Also, if you're working on words with your children, I think this is a great children's style game for kids ages 7, 8, 9, 10 years plus. I think this is a good way to work on their sight word spelling and different stuff like that. And I can recommend the game in that aspect. So the real question is, will I be keeping this game? Do I like it that much? And the answer is no. I'm definitely not keeping it in my collection because I would have to hold on to this game for another probably 3 to 4 years to really play it with my son. And the game's not good enough to warrant having shelf space for 3 to 4 years for me personally. But I do plan on keeping it in my classroom for the time being and seeing if it gets played. If it doesn't get played in there, then I will probably put it in the giveaway pile for the games that I let kids have if they have great days at school. So in the end, Razzle, is it worth going out to find? Probably not. It's a cool gimmick, and I like the game, but it's just a little bit more repetitive than I would like it to be. And another issue that I have with this game is that you're going to see words pop up pretty consistently. So you're going to want to flip the dice from time to time on their side, because when you go just straight back and forth, it doesn't flip them on their sides as much as you would like it to. So in the end, Razzle, there's a reason that this game's been lost in time. It's a good game, but it does not do anything to really set itself apart from other games this time period. Despite the fact that the gimmick's cool, I like the challenge system, and I like the game itself, but still in the end, it's a good game. It's not a great game. So that is Razzle from Parker Brothers. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know. What is your favorite spelling game? Yes, spelling word game. For me personally, it is Letter Tycoon. Despite the fact I've played a lot of spelling games, I really like Paperback and I like other games like that, I still keep coming back to Letter Tycoon. I think that it's just a rock solid economic / spelling game that I really do love. But let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite spelling game? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.